Bolla, who impregnated you? When did this happen? So you have been sleeping with one of my sons? You started working in this house as a maid, but you are a prostitute in disguise. Baomi said, pointing fingers at her. Now I understand the reason you sneak in and out of their room every night. Who among them impregnated you? Baomi yelled at her. Bolla was speechless. She does not know where and how to start answering the question. Tears crowded around her eyes, covered her mouth. Bolla, a 20-year-old girl, came to stay with Baomi after losing her parents at a tender age. Bolla is a stunning, beautiful woman with a fair complexion and a deceptive gap-teethed smile. Her captivating beauty caught the attention of Baomi's four sons, who can't help but be drawn to her like a bee to honey.
Answer me! I said answer my questions before I bundle you out of this house. You are such a bunch of disgrace to your late parents. Baomi thundered. Bolla fell on her feet, wailing deeply. Please, ma, please don't send me out of this lonely and cold night. I have nowhere else to go. Please have mercy on me, she pleaded, grabbing the legs of Baomi, who quickly hit off her leg from her. I am not listening to your pleading, neither. I am seeing your crocodile tears, Bolla. All I want is for you to tell me which of my sons impregnated you, she said in a loud tone. Bolla paused. She turned and looked at each of them, one after the other, from the eldest to the youngest of them. She slowly turned back to Adaomi, who was anxiously waiting to see who she will point. I don't know, Bolla said, stammering. What? What do you mean by you don't know who you open your leg for in this house? She yelled. I can see you don't want to say the truth. Get up on your feet and leave my house immediately. Calm down, Mom. Please, just calm down and let she be. Can't you see that you are too mean on her? Shegu, the second son, interrupted. Shegu, are you the one that impregnated her? She asked. No, he screamed immediately, waving his hand on the air. Shegu is 24 years. He returned to stay with the family for a midterm before traveling back to Lagos. Why then are you interrupting into this matter? I am sorry, but I think you are too harsh on her. She won't speak up, even if she wanted to, he said. I think Bollami must have answer to your questions, Mom. Femi, the third child, accused the last son. I don't get you, Femi. What do you mean by I must have answer to Mom questions? Are you accusing me of impregnating Bolla? He asked, raging in anger. Who knows, Bollami? I do see her sneak in and out of your room every night. Most times, I do hear her scream from your room, Femi accused. Bolla is my age mate, and I do see her as my sister. We do chat and have fun as siblings. That does not have anything to do with her pregnancy. I am truly innocent, Bollami defended himself. The argument between the siblings went high, and their voice volume increased. Despite the whole drama happening, Kahinde, the eldest son, first let concern. His eyes were still gummed to his phone. Kahinde, why do you feel so less concerned? Why are you not bothered on how Bolla pregnancy came about? Adaomi yelled. He stood up from the couch, put on his earpiece back to his ear, and walked back to his room, without saying a word to his mother. Adaomi, who looks furious. Kahinde, I am talking to you, and you are walking out of my presence, she growled. Kahinde turned deaf ear and walked back to his room. Have you seen it? Have you seen what you have caused this poor maid? My eldest son just walked out of my presence for the first time because of you. Adaomi thundered. I am sorry, Ma, Bolla pleaded with tears streaming down from her cheeks. Sorry for your miserable self, Adaomi responded.
just to get in and pack your bags. You will leave this house once my husband's return. You have limited time to stay in this house because you are a reproach," she said, walking inside. Femi and Shegu followed immediately, leaving Bolla and Balomi behind. Bolla was weeping deeply, her face towards the ground in shame. "Bolla, how did this happen? Who could do this to you? Between my brothers?" Bolami asked, his voice calm and gentle. "I don't know," she stammered, struggling to vomit a word. "All I want is the truth. You know we have been friends and I took you as my sister. Be open to me," he added. "I don't know, Balami. I don't know who is responsible for the pregnancy," she replied. "I don't get you, Bolla. What do you mean by you don't know the person that impregnated you? Are you scared to speak up?" he queried. "No, I am not scared of anything. The person that did this to me always visits me at the middle of the night in my room, with my room light turned off. I would not be able to see the person's face. He always forces himself on me. The person is so strong that I cannot resist him from penetrating in between my legs," she said, still weeping deeply. "What?" Bolami exclaimed. "Who could this be?" "I don't know. His face is always covered, making it tough to recognize him." "Why do you keep this to yourself? Why haven't you spoken out all this while?" Bolami asked. "I do receive a life-threatening message on my phone each day, so I can't speak out in order to cause no harm to myself," she replied. Bolami looked back and found Femi hidden behind the doors. "What are you doing there behind the doors?" he asked. Femi now walked out from his hiding, pretending not to be hiding. Nothing. I just came out to know what you are discussing with Bolla." "What were you guys discussing? I would like to join in the discussion." "We are not discussing anything, Femi. Just let us be," Bolami said, taking Bolla out from his presence. Femi stood furious and annoyed. Not too long, Danji, their father, returned home, and Adaomi, his wife, did not hesitate to tell him her intention towards Bolla. The response she got from her husband shocked her to her bone marrows. "No, I don't buy the idea of sending your elder sister's daughter away because she's pregnant. We need to find a way to settle this than pushing her away," Danji replied. "Don't tell me you are in support of this. Do you want this girl to keep staying with me carrying pregnancy? Now I see. Maybe all you guys have a hand in this mess. That is why you all are supporting her," she thundered. "The person will be exposed someday. I believe that," she murmured to herself, jumping into the bed. Few hours later, it's almost 1:30 a.m. Bolla was awake. Sleep was too far from her eyes. Her mind was still racing in thought. She heard the sound of a human step gently approaching her door's direction. She turned off the lights and fell on her bed, pretending to be asleep. "I think he is coming again. I can't let him have his way again, not tonight. I will try and unmask him," she whispered to herself, feeling scared but courageous. The step got to her door and stopped it. Opened the door slowly and walked in to Bolla, who lay on the bed, her eyes closed. He zipped his trouser open, spread Bolla's leg, trying to have his way. She stood up and bit off a flesh on his back. "Help! Help! Help!" Bolla screamed. At the middle of the night, the masked guy tried covering her mouth from raising an alarm, but Bolla threw his finger and turned off the mask. Before she could look up to know the face behind the mask, a heavy slap landed on her face. He opened the door, trying to escape through the corridors. So it's you. I can't believe this. So you are the one behind all this mess. How could you be doing this to an innocent poor maid?" A voice sounded heavily from behind, stopping the guy from escaping. "Stop! Who are you behind the mask? And what are you doing in Bora's room? Can you unmask yourself before I raise an alarm?" A voice sounded heavily behind. The masked guy stopped dead, his heart beating heavily. His legs were shaking and could not carry him again. He stood frozen, his hands raised up. "I said, unmask yourself and turn. Let me see who you are." Kahinde thundered, the face behind the mask
turned slowly towards Kahinde. He took some steps forward to remove the marks himself. Steps were quickly approaching towards them. It's obvious that Bolla's scream has caught the attention of others in the family. Kahinde tried pulling off the marks. The masked guy pushed him to the floor. He grabbed a plank stick on the corridor and landed it on his head. Blood began to rush down as Kahinde fell to the floor. The masked guy took to his heels from the other part of the corridors. After some seconds, Adaomi and Bolla, the last child, ran towards Bolla's room, only to see Kahinde on the floor, blood streaming down his neck. Kahinde, what happened? What happened to you? Adaomi asked. Kahinde battled to speak, but the pain was much. Bolla rushed out from her room after struggling to put on a dress. So it's you. How could you be doing this to me? Kahinde, so you have been the one sneaking into my room at night and forcefully having your way in me, she said willingly. So many days for the thief, but a day is for the owner of the house. And today I have caught you red-handed, she accused. Femi ran in. Not too long, Shegu followed, meeting their elder brother on the floor. What is happening here? They asked. I have finally caught the person behind my pregnancy, and it's Kahinde, Bolla said encourageously. Adaomi could not say a word. They all stood frozen, watching Bolla display. How sure are you? Femi asked. Are you sure of what you are saying, or you are just accusing my elder brother? Shegu questioned. I was in my room when I heard a step tiptoeing to my doorstep. I pretended to be asleep. He came in wearing a mask. He spread my leg, trying to have his way. I woke up and gave him a bite at the back of his neck. I tried pulling the mask off, but he was too powerful. He slapped me, and I tried escaping with the blood rushing down from his neck. As you all can see, the blood from his neck, Bolla added. Is this true, Kahinde? Adaomi asked in tears. Kahinde tried to say a word, but could not. His eyes was closing slowly. Mom, stop. We need to take him to the hospital. He's slowly losing consciousness, Shegu suggested. Yes, Mom, we need to act fast before the worst happen, Bolla suggested. Where is your father? Where is Danji? Rush and call your father, Adaomi said in tears. Bolla ran into Danji's room, but he wasn't there. He rushed out and told his mom that Danji wasn't inside. Without hesitation, Adaomi got the car key inside. The boys helped Kahinde enter the vehicle. Adaomi zoomed off to the hospital. Danji appeared in the hospital from nowhere. He began ranting around the hospital that he wanted to see his first dying son. A group of nurses stopped him and assured him that the doctor has taken control and all will be fine. Excuse us, Adaomi said. The nurses left them, walking back to their duty positions. How is our son doing? Bolla told me all that happened. Hope Kahinde is alright, he asked anxiously. Where are you coming from, Danji? Where were you when I was looking for you in the house? We slept in the same room, but I woke up and I could not find you on the bed anymore. Where were you? Adaomi asked. I was... He stammered. Answer my question, she screamed with a harsh tone. Bolla, the last child, walked into Femi's room to discuss something with him. He pushed the door open, only to discover that Femi wasn't inside. Bolla turned to leave. Suddenly, his eye sighted a drop of blood on Femi's room. He was a bit nervous and wondered what must have caused the blood on the floor. Bolla followed the drop of blood on the floor, which led him to Femi's bedroom. His eyes was widened in shock, and his mouth fell open in disbelief. He saw a mask decorated with blood stains on Femi's bathing room. He recalled that Bolla saying that the animals that tried forcing his way into her was wearing a mask, and the stain of blood on it was caused by Bolla's bite. Bolla thought within himself, his body vibrating in fear. Is it Femi, the masked guy, that impregnated Bolla? This must be the mask the animals wear, he murmured. I need to go and show this to Bolla, Bolla said and turned to leave. Shockingly, Femi was standing behind him. What are you doing in my room? He asked. Bolla, scared, hid the marks behind his back taking some few steps back forward. "What are you doing in my room?" he asked again, this time his voice strong and harsh.
Bolami kept quiet. He did not say a word. "And what are you hiding behind your back?" "Can I see?" Femi said, approaching Bolami, who was still dressing behindward. He forced and dragged the marks out from his hand. So you are the one that impregnated Bolla," Bolami said, pointing strongly. "I don't get you. What are you talking about?" Femi stammered. "I found that mask in your bathing room. I believe that was the mask the animals wear." "I don't know what you are talking about. I don't know how it got into my bathing room," he said, looking surprised. "You will explain better to Mom and Dad when they return," Bolami said, and bounced out from the room. "Why haven't you answered my question, Danji? Where were you when I woke up this morning?" Adaomi asked again. Danji was sweating seriously, without knowing the best response to give to his wife, Adaomi. A nurse ran out and interrupted their conversation. "Hello, ma. Your son has woken up and I want to speak with you," the nurse said, and ran back inside. Adaomi rushed to meet his son as Danji followed. She ran into the ward and found Kahinde shedding tears like a baby. "Why are you crying like a baby?" Adaomi asked with a teary voice. "Are you the one that impregnated Bolla?" she asked slowly. "No, Mom, I am not." Kahinde slowly opened his mouth. I know who impregnated Bolla," Kahinde murmured. Who is the one? I can't wait to hand the person over to the police," Adaomi thundered. Kahinde fixed his eyes on his father, but could not say a word. The door opened. A nurse walked in, carrying a stainless plate containing a pill of drugs. They suspended the discussion for it not to pass into another ear. After medication, the nurse suggested that Kahinde needs to rest for 30 minutes before he will be discharged from the hospital. Adaomi and Danji left the ward for him to rest. "Come on, Bolami, I can explain myself to you. Honestly, I don't know how the mask got into my room. Believe me, I am totally innocent." Femi tried explaining himself, but Bolami did not want to hear what he has to say. Not too long, their parents returned back from the hospital, and Kahinde still recovering. He gently sat on the couch, his head relaxed. Adaomi could not rest. She was walking around the four corners of the room, thinking about who Kahinde claimed he saw running out from Bolla's room. Danji, on the other hand, was also anxious to hear the name of the person behind the pregnancy. Mommy, I have found the truth. I know who impregnated Bolla. I have some evidence with me," Bolla shouted, rushing out with the marks. Adaomi turned to him. Who? Tell me," she said anxiously. "It's him," pointing at Femi, who could not stop tears from streaming down from his eyes. "Are you sure of what you are talking about?" Danji asked. "Yes, Dad. I went into his room and I discovered drops of blood on the floor. I traced it and I saw a mark in his bathing room." "It's not true. I am innocent. I don't know how it got there. I am not the one responsible," Femi said in a teary eyes. Adaomi was short of words. She stood frozen, staring at Femi, who tried to deny the accusation. "How could you do this to an innocent girl? You are wicked, Femi. You are a devil," Danji thundered. "Just as your mom said, the captive needs to be arrested without hesitation." Danji brought out his phone and dialed a number. Dad, please believe me, I am innocent." "Mom, I did not do it," he begged. Crawling to Adaomi, she pushed him away. "Bolla, I did not sleep with you. Please tell my family I am innocent," he begged. Bolla stood, speechless, does not know what to say, but evidence were pointing at Femi. "If you are innocent, what were you doing behind the doors when I was discussing with Bolla?" Bolami asked. A knock came on the door. It was a group of officers standing at the door. "You can come in, officer," Danji said calmly. "Daddy, please don't arrest me. Your son is innocent." "No, Femi, you are wrong. I can't give birth to a rapist like you." "Officer, take him away," he commanded. Handcuffs were tied around Femi's hand, about to drag him into their vehicle, but a voice ordered them to stop. Shegu said, "You can't be arresting an innocent person," he said, handing over a video on his phone to the officers. They watched and saw Danji sneaking inside the room, unmasking himself and dropping the marks behind inside Femi's room. Officers, I took this video when Bolla raised an alarm. I was rushing out from my room when I saw masked guy running inside Femi's room. I slowly followed him, hoping it was Femi. To my surprise, I saw my father removing the marks and washing off the blood on his finger where Bolla beat him. Shegu added, "Shegu, don't be stupid. How can you be accusing your father for raping?" Danji thundered, "I am sorry. I am not accusing you, Dad. Rather, I am saying the truth." "Yes, officers, he's saying the truth," Kahinde added. "My father was the one I saw rushing out from Bolla's room. I saw blood dropping from his back neck where Bolla claimed to have thrown off when he tried forcing his way into her. My father is guilty. Take him." "Danji, how could you? How could you do this to me and your children? Are you not ashamed of yourself?" Adaomi said in a teary voice. "I am sorry, my love. I was doing it for you and I. Since you did not give me a female child, I tried getting it from Bolla. I thought it was the best thing to do." He did not finish his word. Adaomi interrupted with a hot slap. "You are a fool for saying that. I am totally ashamed of you," she added. The police dragged him into their vehicle as they zoomed off. Adaomi fell on her feet. Weeping deeply, her son surrendered her and consoling her. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. It means a lot to me. Thank you.